Pretty good. You?
Well, we'll see. So I've been up pretty much all afternoon, um, trying to fix the audio issues that we have been plagued with, and I think I figured it out. We'll see. I guess time will tell. But so far, so good. If you're out there watching us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all the places that we can be found, and if we are, what's the word I'm looking for, having echo issues or any of the other major issues we have had over the last lifetime of podcasting, especially since moving to Ohio, give me a shout out. Let me know. I uh, want to fix it, and so I definitely could use some help if you guys see something or hear something that I'm not hearing. Because right now, dude, it sounds like everything's good. And like I said, we went through a whole bunch of stuff to get to this point. So anyway, so last week, I don't think we've talked since before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the week before the Super Bowl was the last time we talked.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but I am sporting my
Oh,
Roughnecks gear today.
I noticed it. I'm not big on that logo. I like the other one better, but
Here's the
I knew
thing.
who it was.
I love the other one. It's the reason I chose the Roughnecks.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised you're wearing that hat.
I don't like you have that curved bill, man. I can't wear that hat. I can't wear the curved bill. I just can't do it. Maybe that makes me a jerk. I don't know. But I know that I cannot wear that billed hat. And that's why. And here's what I don't understand. I don't understand why they do not have the flat cap logo, the Houston logo. So as soon as that comes out, I'll get one. Right now, obviously, I'm trying. Here's the thing. I still haven't bought a TV yet.
Are you serious?
So here's the deal. My wife thinks I need one because I've been, like I said before we went on, I've kind of been avoiding the world.
Yeah.
Depression's been kicking my ass, and Kim thinks not having a television is not helping that at all because I don't really have an outlet when I get home anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I can watch shows on my TV. I have a way. I mean, on my TV, on my phone, and uh, things like that. So I've kind of been getting by, sneaking some stuff in, but it's not the same. The problem is like she found a 50 inch, right?
Okay.
For hella cheap and it would get me by. Well, I found a 60 inch that's a tad bit more. And my theory is if I have to buy a television, I might as well buy the size I want now. And instead of going, okay, we'll buy this 50 inch, right? Which is a fine size TV. Like, I know that's for first world problems here.
Hmm.
But I'd rather, instead of buying a 50 inch and then knowing, like, maybe around next football season when we're in our new house and, football's rolling around and I'm like, man, I really wanted that 65 inch. Well,
Hmm.
I should just go buy a 65 inch and then I just spend more money, which, if anyone can spend money, it's Matt Pierce. But I'm trying to learn to be, like,
Yeah.
frugal, or not frugal. I'm just trying to be better with my money because I'll never be frugal. It's just not my way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be so I don't, like, just buy a lot of shit I don't need anymore. You know? So I'm like, I
Yeah.
told Kim I'd rather wait till we could afford the extra little bit of money and buy a TV then. We'll see how long that lasts because it is getting pretty difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I bet. That would be kind of rough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a few people who enjoy watching TV more than I do, and it has been a struggle
Hmm.
for sure. What about you? What's new and exciting in Kevin Tenney world?
Nothing really. Somehow, the only thing really new is let's see, at work I got roped into taking some OSHA thing.
What do you
That's
mean?
4 days this upcoming week, and it's like 8 hours of freaking training each day, Monday through Thursday.
It's got to be better than going to work, though, right?
Well, I'm gonna still be there. I'm just gonna be in the conference room.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be
So
working. I feel like.
yeah, I mean that's the bright side of it, but we'll see how it pans out. Because if it's boring, it's gonna be so hard to stay awake. It's hard to stay awake when I'm actually out on the floor working, which is kind of scary.
No, I completely understand that.
So we'll
My
see how that
job
goes.
keeps me so busy I don't have that issue. Staying awake is not a problem. I thought it might be going back to nights. Just too damn busy.
Yeah, I know that. Like when I worked midnights at Craftmate, I didn't have any. Well, I still had trouble sleeping, but it wasn't nothing crazy. I still got my sleep and everything, but I always liked midnights. I wouldn't want to go back to it now. Don't get me wrong.
Well, yeah, now you got the whole family deal going on.
Yeah, Miranda would probably kill me.
In that case, I just we'll see. Yeah. All right. So let's get into like a lot of things have happened, and I don't even know where to start. So first and foremost, I
Yeah,
think I want to touch base on today's a pretty sad day. I'm not gonna lie, shed some tears today. Today Swagger died.
yeah, I
Um,
did see that.
and I know I saw a picture. You got a picture last time. I think when you went to the Bengals game.
Yeah,
Did you get? Was it Swagger or was it his son?
I have no idea. It was an awesome dog, but I don't remember which one it was.
I know I keep telling Kim that's our next dog. We're gonna get one of those next. If 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 one of ours ever kicks the bucket.
Well, I'm about to say they have it where you can get on a list and get the puppies. They actually breed them.
Yeah, I can't imagine how long that list is. It's probably got a better chance of getting ticket. Uh,
Well, I'm about
regular
to say that's
season
not
tickets.
hard. Okay, I'm about to say if you're talking about Browns. Getting tickets to a Browns game is not that hard. You can walk down the street and someone will throw them at you.
Here's the thing: we suck bad, but for whatever reason, we still fill that stadium.
Not really.
I think the key, yeah, we kind of do.
Early in the season, but when they started sucking, that stadium's so bare.
But the
You
tickets
could
are
put
already
a
sold; they
you
don't
have a
care.
yeah. That's the thing. They sell the tickets. They don't care. But whenever you turn on the game, you're like a high school game would probably put more people in the fucking stands than that.
Yeah, I'd love to disagree with you, but I really can't.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it.
No, it does suck. It sucks that we struggle so bad to get people in there. But what I was saying, this is what you do. I don't even remember what I was saying now. It's completely thrown me off my game. I was so excited to actually have the sound working and not fighting with that for a half hour before we got started that everything else just kind of went to shit. I did send an invite to Brian. I wasn't sure if he had anything going on. We'll see if he shows up. And Eric, too, just because, I mean, partly because I want to know. I know he threw a whole tantrum this week, so that was, I want to
This
talk.
week,
Oh, was it
are you
last
talking
week?
about what? Oh, the his story that he wrote.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. When we get to that part, I'm gonna make a joke about that. So
And then, yes, I don't even know what I was talking about. So what happens when I get all excited? Oh, Swagger passed away, right?
yeah,
And so hopefully, let's talk about. You said you could get on the list. I imagine that's a long freaking list to try to get because you're only having
probably.
so many puppies a litter.
Yeah, yeah. It's probably. I'll find out because my buddy he said that whenever they're doing it, he's gonna get put. He wants to try to get put on the list. He wasn't sure if you had to pay to get on the list. What like that wasn't gonna matter. He would pay if he had to. Because I asked him, I was like, "How much are the dogs?" And he's like, "I don't know," but he's like, "It's not gonna be cheap." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I kind of figured that." So,
Well, yeah, those
so,
dogs aren't cheap, like
so
in
once he
general.
does it all, I could let you know.
Oh, sounds good. But yeah, those dogs aren't cheap in general.
Oh, I know.
So I can't imagine, having that tie to Swagger's bloodline. It's
If
just
we
way
would get
more.
it, oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good, dude.
I'm about to say, if we would ever get a dog, that'd probably be the type of dog we would get. Because a guy we used to work with at Craftmate, he used to breed them. When he got married, me and Miranda went to the reception, and he had a puppy. And it's crazy to say it's a puppy because the thing was already like 70 pounds. And Miranda's not the biggest dog person, but for whatever reason, she liked this dog. And it kind of had the color of Swagger. It was a little bit more of an orange, but it was cool because it had like black stripes. It had like this tiger look to it. And that dog would not leave Miranda's side. And then she started feeding it chicken, so it definitely wasn't leaving Miranda's side after that. But yeah, she really liked that dog. And it was the whole how much would it cost to feed that damn thing? I was like, it's like it'd be a lot.
Yeah, it'd be worth it. I know. Like I told you, keep talking as far as I'd actually probably take a couple of ours. keel over if I could talk her into getting another dog. I would want one of those. I love big dogs though in general. I'm not a big small dog guy.
Hmm.
I like the big dogs. I think they're more fun. But that's just me being crazy, I guess. All right. So Swagger's gone, but then obviously we have Kobe's death. I think that was we haven't talked. He died what two Sundays ago.
Yeah, it was
Um,
the Pro Bowl weekend.
yeah, I rolled out of my bed because I remember now. Yeah, because I actually I don't think I was working that weekend, or I was working doing something different. But I rolled out of bed at like 4 in the afternoon or something, or crazy like that, and I just hear Kobe Bryant. I thought like some other person named Kobe Bryant had gotten in a helicopter accident. And then obviously I go to ESPN on my phone, and bam, Kobe is gone. And that
Yeah,
was sad.
yeah, it was crazy because, like, I hadn't checked my phone or anything, and I'd started cooking on the grill, and I had to run up to the store real quick. So I sat there, and as I'm getting in my car, like, I saw I had messages. So it's like I had a bunch of crap on my phone, and it was like ESPN because I have all the sports apps on my phone. So it's like I had something from each one of them, and there were so many like it wouldn't show what was like whatever it was. It just had it listed ESPN. There was multiple, all of them. And then I saw that a couple of my buddies texted me, and the one's like, "Can you believe it about Kobe?" And I'm like, "Oh, what the heck? What do you do or what happened?" And I click on like his, and that's all it said. So I'm like, all right. So then I went to the ESPN, and I'm just like, holy shit. So I ended up before I left because I was still in the driveway. I came back in to tell Miranda, and it was funny because I walk in and she's on her phone. It's like, "Who are you calling?" She's like, "I'm calling you." I'm like, "Why are you calling me?" She's like, "Did you hear about Kobe?" I was like, "That's why I came back in the house."
Yeah, it's crazy because I mean, for me, anyways, Kobe was like probably one of those. He's one of the early athletes that I've watched his whole career, like from draft to retirement. And so, at some level, he's kind of been a part of in my world, in my view for the majority of my adult life. And honestly, part of me kind of struggled because, like, as a sports fan, I had nothing but respect for Kobe and his game. All-time elite. Probably few people you would want to have the ball at the last shot outside of Kobe in a game. But man, his off the court stuff with the rape and
Yeah.
that stuff. I don't know. Did you see Ari Shafir's?
Yeah.
Holy cow! I don't think I would never went that far. But
Well, the thing Rogan made a very good point is he does that for any celebrity that dies. And with his fan base, when you see that, you got to up your game. And it's like Rogan wasn't defending him because he's like he probably should have thought it through a little bit more. But you got to do it to make your fans happy. Because if you don't do that, then he's chickening out or whatnot because of who it is. So he did it, and he probably just wasn't expecting that big of a blowback because it's a pretty big blowback because people were canceling his shows and all kinds of stuff.
yeah, no, but I think you're right. I think like his audience kind of expects stuff from like that from him. But you have to imagine like, and maybe even the rape victim herself. Like there are people out there who definitely felt that way that he, decided to go on Twitter and put out there. I think there are real people who feel that way about Kobe who could care less about his influence on the basketball court or but I think in general, I think the one thing we could all agree upon, and the one thing I definitely came to a conclusion on where I kind of settled on this was as a parent is where I kind of like was brokenhearted for the guy. Obviously,
Yeah.
he left his family behind, like three other daughters, but I heard someone mention the fact that at some moment he had that realization that his basically his kid was going to die, and he was
Yeah.
right there, and he couldn't do anything about it. And like I can't even imagine. Uh, my daughter pretty much hates my guts, and I still couldn't imagine. Like even I can't just conceptually can't put any feeling toward like how just devastating that would be.
Yeah, that was like it was upsetting to hear about it because I was never a big Kobe fan because I was always a Shaq guy. So whenever he got traded from the Lakers, it was Kobe's fault. So I was upset about that. But I always thought, he was a heck of a player and all that. I didn't like him because I like Shaq. But it's like I knew he was a heck of a player. And but yeah, once one of the articles I read was saying how they're not positive, but they were estimating that they probably had a minute while they're doing the whatever spinning or going down, whatever. They thought it lasted about a minute before they crashed, and it's like, yeah, that's plenty enough time to figure out that it's not going to end well, And yeah, that was the part I agree with you 100%. Because I was sitting there and once I heard that, I was like, yeah, that just made it so much worse. I was like, that's just horrible.
Yeah,
It's bad enough if you figure out, well, I'm not going to make it. But yeah, when you look over and you realize, well, my daughter's right there and, she's only 12, 13, this and that. Yeah, it was definitely probably like the most tragic sports story since OJ got arrested for murder.
yeah, yeah. OJ, see, that one didn't bother me at all.
I'm just making a joke. Obviously, it's not tragic. Like it's probably the most. I was trying to think of like tragic sports story or stuff like that since there was an article that we read. And the only thing I can think of, unless I'm missing something, which is a possibility because there's always something going on. But in my mind, probably Roberto Clemente, because he was still in the prime of his career. He was going back to Puerto Rico during Christmas to take stuff back because he always did so much for the community because that's where he came from and everything. And he ended up dying in a plane crash and, left his family behind. And, it was, it's bad to say, but it was their own fault because he wanted to take as much stuff as he could. And they told him there was too much weight for the plane. And they were like, no, it'll be all right. We'll be fine. And it ended up being too much weight for the plane and they couldn't make it over something. It ended up crashing into a hill, I think, mountain, whatever. But they crashed the plane and died, So I was like, that was pretty bad at that time because I was back in late 70s, early 80s. Can't remember.
The thing is, like, with that situation, he probably got away. Like, they probably got away with being too heavy, or you know what I'm saying, a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, they always say that. People never listen.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was crazy for all that. And then like now with some of the people that have came, like that Gayle King situation going on at CBS right now, where she did the interview with Lisa Leslie, and the clip. Why CBS did it, but the clip that they cut to promote it, like on their website or whatever, is about them talking about the rape allegation, or well, can't really call it allegation, whatever you want to call it, but the whole rape situation, and like she's getting death threats, and people are mad. Like Snoop Dogg and some other rapper were like doing Facebook lives, calling her names and threatening her and all kinds of stuff, and they're like talking about tarnishing his reputation. It's like you're not tarnishing. It's not like it's just coming out today. Like it's out there. Everyone knows about it, and that's the thing. I got into an argument with a guy at work about it because he was like in agreement with them, and I'm like, you're not tarnishing his name. Like everyone knows it's not. It's public record, And they're like, well, he just died. It's the timing, and I'm like, it's still a part of his past. If you're going to talk about his past basketball and everything, like it's a sad time, yes, but I was like, it still happened. It's not like you're making it up and trying to like hurt him. It's it's there. So we got into a big argument about that, and I was just like, finally got to the point where I was like, I don't understand why you're so upset about it. I was like, I wasn't the one who raped the girl, so I was like,
and there's Kevin.
I'm just saying.
I just feel like you always want to like use your goal in life to get in battles with people.
Yes. Especially when I feel I'm right.
Well, here's a question: do you ever feel that you're not right, Kevin?
There are times, but I'll still argue it, try to get my point. Because it was like, if I think I'm wrong, and possibly I know I'm wrong, if I could get you to switch your side, then I did my job.
You just feel a little bit better about things.
Yeah, because I'm like, obviously you didn't know what you were talking about if you agreed with me and I knew I was wrong.
This is why you're my friend. Sorry, I'm trying to multitasking 101 right here, and I fail at it constantly. Every
Yeah, that's
single
what
time.
I'm working on now. I got to order a couple things.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'm
is
trying
it
to.
good?
Well, I'm getting Uriah a terrible towel.
Oh well, yeah. So no would be the answer to that question.
You can get it custom made and get like its name or something wrote on it. So I'm gonna get his name.
I like it. I like it. All right.
Yeah.
So Kobe's passed. Swagger's passed. I think that's enough death for the day. Did you watch the McGregor's first fight back?
Of course I did.
All what 45 seconds of it?
Yes. I was lucky because I was like, had to go to the bathroom and I was like, well, I'll wait till the round's over to go piss. And then I'm like, well, I could just go now.
So you know I'm not a big fight guy. I just don't understand. I guess I just don't understand it. Like I get fighting, but I just technically like I don't know like what's a good like oh that guy's got a great defense or
Mm-hmm.
this guy's ground attack is fierce. No fucking clue what you're talking about when you say that to me. Um, but obviously McGregor draws attention from all over the globe, all corners of interest, and you look at the boxing match where he made 75 million, and had a decent showing, depending on who you ask. Um, but I honestly, from what I saw, I honestly thought he's a little more focused.
Yeah.
I know he said he's been clean alcohol wise for a bit.
Yeah, he said this fight camp was the best one he's had in a long time because his last couple fights, he's just been partying like crazy and not taking it serious. And he definitely, you could tell, even though it was short, by the way he was fighting, you could tell like he looked like he was focused in, like he was ready to go for the fight.
It was strange though because not only did he seem focused, but some of the pre-fight stuff. Like the one thing about it is, I almost feel like he lost a little bit of his Connor magic. Like I liked him talking shit, and I felt like he was a little more respectful, like to his opponent before the fight. I almost hated it.
He was, but I think that was just because of who he was fighting.
How do you mean?
um, Cerrone, I like Cerrone a lot too. He's a heck of a fighter. He's one of those guys where he'll fight. Most guys fight once every 3 to 4 months, barring an injury. But he's the type of guy like he could fight, win. 2 weeks later, they'll call him and be like, "Hey, this guy dropped out for the fight next week," and he'll be like, "I'm on my way." Like he just takes the fights. He's always like he's a fighter's fighter. Like he will fight anytime, anywhere. Like he's that. When you say that about someone, like that is him. And he's just always he's not really a trash guy. He goes out there, it's always the same thing, his family, and he's a crazy redneck. And like that's how like they show him like he's got a ranch and 4-wheel, all that stuff. So he's always out there doing extreme crazy shit.